Steve here, Shen RC, and I'm with the RGT 124th mini crawler, the same as the Ftx version and the ECX version. And I found these fast eddy, see them right there, fast eddy ball bearings, and I'm going to put them in. I do go a lot in water, you'll see in my other videos. So I was skeptical about putting them in the bottom axles because I don't know, I think the bushings would be easier to maintain than a ball bearing in there. But anyhow, they're rubber sealed ones. So I'm going to give them a try and we'll see how it goes. I'll have the link for the ball bearings in my video description below. Okay, I got that open. I'm just going to put these in the position they were. Look at those. This is a little washer spacer. I got to pop these out and put the new ones in. Okay, so I'm going to need 3 little ones for that, and one of these. Now I gotta pop these out here. Now, before I put the ball bearings in, I like to coat them with this Corrosion X Speed X so they don't get rusty as easy. And also, every time there's a metal, say there's a metal rod going through your bearing, always put oil on the metal rod so it can't seize onto the bearing in case it rusts, or you could use a light grease. Okay, now I'm going to just coat these a little bit. Actually put some in the bearing itself because this stuff's really good. There's the bearings. Gotta screw it together. Now just barely bottom these out. They don't need to be tight. Now that it's all installed and the ball bearings are in the center case, I can feel there's no play in the shaft anymore where the spur gear goes on. So that's good. Now I'm going to put my spur gear on And remember, when you put this on, don't tighten it down hard, just bottom it out because it'll bind up your gearbox. Okay, next I'll do the axles. Sorry guys, but my memory card got full and I didn't know when I was recording. But I finished up the back here with all the bearings and it's all good. And I took apart the front here, as you can see. And I just want to show you something that's stupid about this truck here. Let me show you real quick. Look at this part here. This is the front gear and axle, the internal axle with the drive dog bones. The bushings don't come off here, so you have to pull these little dog bone things out. And I pulled one out and put it back in. It was a pain. And then I did the other one. As I was pulling it, it snapped off and got stuck inside the dog bone. So I wouldn't recommend putting the bearings on the front unless you're really good at doing stuff like this, because you have to pull these out and put it back. And actually I had to hit that out when it broke in there, and I had to use a Traxxas, one of their smaller body clips I used for the Traxxas. I think it's the 1/16 scale vehicles, and I had to hit that in there and cut the ends off, and I used Loctite in it so it wouldn't come out. So I had to refix mine. I'm just letting you know right now, to get the brass bushings off here, you have to pull these dog bone pins out, and it's a pain. So if you're not good at doing that, I highly recommend don't even put the ball bearings on the front axle. Anyhow, now I'm going to put this together. I just want to take out the front here. I didn't do that yet because my SD card filled up and I couldn't finish recording. I'm sorry about that. I don't know why it didn't show on my screen that it was full. I tried. Remember, a screwdriver. Remember, don't tighten these down hard or they'll come through and hit the drive cups from the where the dog bones ride in. So I'm just going to screw them in lightly, then adjust them. Now you don't want these real tight because they'll come out and hit the drive cup and make it get friction and not run well. So just put them in and leave a little space. That looks good. Everything's running smooth. Alright, time to put the whole centerpiece back in the gearbox. I usually put the back drive unit in first, then I'll put the front one in. You gotta make sure that you get it in the right spot so it slips in and out the joint shaft real easy. That's that. I put the screws back in. I'm just going to put the wheels and tires on and then we'll give it a little test run, see how she works. Okay, I'm just putting on the last wheel here. I just want to show you guys when you put these on. I always do this. I know I say it a lot in my videos. Tighten it on till it bottoms out. So it's bottomed out. And you back it off a little bit so the wheel kind of rocks a little bit like that, a little bit tighter, just so it's loose, because if you tighten it up it binds up your whole drivetrain. You can see how loose they are. So now I'm going to put the lipo in and try this out real quick. Okay, this is ready to go now. This is with full ball bearings. Looks like it's working. Okay, it worked, guys, but here's what I think about the ball bearings for this truck. They work good. In the center gearbox, they're your best bet to put them in there. The axles, you could put them in the rear axle easy, but the front, you have to do some modifications, pull the pins out, and hopefully you get them back in and you don't break one like I accidentally broke one. Then you have to find something and put it in there and fix it. So for the front axle, if you're not good at doing mods and stuff, I would just leave the brass bushings in the front and you can put everything else in, all the bearings in the kit easy. And also, like I said before to one of the guys on YouTube in a reply, I really don't think you really need bearings in this thing. The center gearbox is nice to have them, but I don't know about the axles, because if you go in water a lot, it may bugger up them bearings a lot easier than the brass bushings here. So you may want to consider that. I just put them in because, you know, I like to test stuff out. So anyhow, that's my thoughts on it. And we'll see you next time. Please sub and like, and I appreciate all the support, guys. Take care.